Welcome to Jump Point. My name's Tim Glover. Thanks for joining me today. And what I'm going to talk about today is a question I'm often asked. Actually, I've been asked it like crazy since 2008. And that question is, why am I not getting the business results that I expect? Which is another way of saying, why am I not getting the results this year that I got last year and the year before and the year before? My answer is a quick one. And I can go into a little more detail, but the quick answer is your performance results are a function of your choices. And your choices are a function of beliefs. Now, if you're not getting the performance results you want, change your choices. It's pretty easy. It's a little bit more difficult than that because if you haven't paid attention to your choices and more importantly, the why, which is the belief of your choices, you're not really going to be able to work with that. So let me give you an example. One of the things that people assume is this new economy, it's all going crazy, that shouldn't really impact my performance because after all, that's happening over in China, or that's happening over in Europe, or that's happening with the US elections. What's that got to do with me? The problem is we're so connected that business performance is being impacted in Canada or wherever you are, and right now I'm sitting in Canada, standing in Canada actually, and performance is actually being impacted not just by what's going around me right this second, but it's being influenced by what's going on around the globe. And if you believe that your choices are correct based on an economy that's really, really stable, and you think and you believe that that shouldn't matter if the economy's up and down, you're going to get performance results all over the map. It's the metaphor I like to use with this new economy is we're now living through times of huge tumult. There's disruption, and I look at it like a sea, like an ocean. In the past, the ocean was pretty calm, so we were able to plan and make choices based on beliefs that we weren't going to expect any crazy weather, and we're going to get from point A to point B. Maybe we actually have to change our course a little bit down the way, but for the most part, we could get to where we are from plan A to B without a lot of trouble. So we would do year over year what we've done. Now, if you got a hurricane coming on and you got rogue waves splashing around and there's lightning and clouds and all over the place, and you're still making the choices that you would have made on calm seas, you're not going to get the performance you want. That's what I think is probably actually driving your results is most people don't take into consideration the why their choices should be different in this new economy. Fact is, you got to look at your why. You got to look at your beliefs as to why you're making choices if you're not getting the performance you want. Now, if you're getting the performance you want, absolutely stick with the game. But if you're not getting the performance you want to reflect on your choices and you want to reflect on why you're making those choices.